We're going to explore how our health has changed since moving from the UK to Australia. I used to take inhalers all the time, but we will show you why I no longer need to take them, what we do differently in Australia to stay healthy, and the results of an MRI scan. We are just sharing our experiences and we're not giving out any specific medical advice. Over to you, Bonnie.
As previously mentioned in one of our other videos, I would get a chest infection every year, as growing up in the northeast of Scotland, temperatures can drop into the minuses. My childhood home had an old style Rayburn in the kitchen and a coal fire in the living room, but I always seemed to be cold. Our diet consisted of a lot of root vegetables, and as a wee lass I used to help my dad gather the leftover potatoes from the fields, or pickings, with the consent from the local farmer. I lived in a remote area very close to the beach. It was just a row of 8 houses surrounded by farmlands, and certainly no restaurants or takeaways. Our main form of exercise growing up was either cycling or walking. In my teens I'd go hill walking, and when Lewis and I got together our weekends were spent walking in the fells of the beautiful Lake District. Getting back to Lewis, he didn't mention this in the intro, but he broke his nose in school playing rugby and he was a mouth breather. To correct his deviated septum, he had an operation about a year before we migrated to Australia. Unfortunately, the procedure didn't work and we did not have time to do it again before leaving. I remember on the day when we finally finished our jobs in the UK and we said goodbyes to our work colleagues. It was a freezing winter's day in the north of England. There was a thick layer of frost on the car windscreen, and even though it was only 5 o'clock, it was dark. As I scraped the ice off the windscreen, I watched the mist as I breathed out, and I vividly recall thinking that I can't wait to get to beautiful sunny Sydney and away from all this cold. On our first day in Australia, it was summertime in early February, and the intense bright sun shone through the hotel curtains. We'd never seen sunlight like this so early in the morning. Everything seemed to be bathed in bright light. It was quite magical. We both looked at each other and I just laughed and I said, "Pinch me, we live here." The first day we walked around the botanical gardens and we took a ferry over to Manly. There were yachts in the glistening harbour and the sky was so blue. It was another spellbinding moment. Manly was a buzz of people having fun in the sea and surfing. Beach volleyball nets were set up on the beach and we were surrounded by a hive of various sports and activities that was quite alien to us. We both had the same thought. Australians really do take their sports seriously. Little did we know when we set about finding employment that our employers would be key to our future health. I got a job in admin and Lewis was soon offered a job at a medical company called ResMed, which develops machines for sleep apnea. At ResMed, Lewis was amazed to find there was a gym and a swimming pool. He would go to the gym in his lunch break and do yoga twice a week, and this is where he developed an interest in meditation. ResMed also made us mindful of getting a good night's sleep. Employees at the company were very health conscious, and his workmates discussed things like intermittent fasting, low carb and other diets, which we had not heard about in the UK. It was thanks to Lewis's work that we both started to think more about our health, and we became more mindful about every aspect of keeping healthy. Mental health is just as important to physical health, so Lewis meditates twice a day, whereas I like to look and listen to the birdies, watch my beautiful doggies and just smell the air. That's my form of meditation. Returning to Lewis's deviated septum, we are pleased to tell you that he eventually got another operation, which was a success. Although he could now breathe through his nose and his asthma wasn't nearly as bad, he still took his inhaler every day. Friends told us about their son who grew up with severe asthma and is completely cured after he learned a breathing technique called Buteyko. Lewis found a Buteyko practitioner and went for regular sessions for a few months. It took a while to correct a lifetime of inefficient breathing, but he couldn't have done this without the professional guidance. He was amazed at how this technique worked and he no longer uses his inhalers. We are truly thankful to Diana Marshall, Lewis's breathing instructor, who is kindly going to give us a brief explanation on Buteyko. We did not receive any endorsement payment for this.
Asthma is one of the most common chronic diseases. And very often asthmatics will have dysfunctional breathing pattern, and that will involve mouth breathing, sometimes hyperventilation syndrome as well. And to help with that, we often have to address mechanical part of breathing, but also the biochemical part of breathing. So this is what Buteyko breathing is all about, and adding myofunctional therapy to it. It's absolutely amazing combination. So Lewis was one of my clients and got over asthma very quickly, and within a weeks we see noticeable improvements. Well done.
For exercise, we still love walking, and instead of being in the hills, we go barefoot along the beach with Mary and Harris. It is so therapeutic listening to the sound of the waves and breathing in the sea air. We always stay hydrated and carry a bottle of water for us and the doggies. Lewis also enjoys running, but I prefer Zumba. Australia has one of the highest rates of skin cancer in the world, so when it gets too hot, we cover up with a hat, long sleeve clothes and our sunnies. Even when we are in the pool or the sea, we wear a hat and wear UV protecting clothing, as the water deceptively keeps you cold, so you don't realise that you are burning. To ensure we get our vitamin D, we do expose ourselves to the morning and late afternoon sun, but we just know when to cover up. A couple of weeks ago, we both had a skin cancer check, and the doctor said our skin was great and there were no signs of any damage. It is important to get regular skin checks and take care not to get burnt. Our eating habit is something else we've dramatically changed over the years. We have weaned ourselves to eating just one meal a day, which was really hard to do at first. But we have cut out biscuits, sweets, cakes, bread, and avoid sugar wherever possible. We used to love our fish and chips, and I'd crave for a haggis supper, which is deep fried haggis in batter with chips. As a substitute for rice, we now have cauliflower and eat cabbage instead of pasta. We just don't feel as hungry eating this way, and we do not worry about portion sizes. We have plenty of energy and we feel great. There are times when my tummy does rumble, so I keep nuts and healthy snacks on hand, but generally we just don't seem to crave the food the way we used to. We still want to enjoy life and be healthy, and the saying says a second on the lips is a lifetime on the hips, which is true, but there has to be a balance. So mostly we just eat one meal a day, but when we are socializing or going out or at weekends, we do indulge a bit. After all, life is for living. Recently, Lewis went to the doctor to get a full checkup to see if what we were doing was on the right track. He had a full medical and a range of blood tests which showed no issues. For a complete picture, the doctor also advised a coronary artery calcium scan, which is used to detect early signs of risk by measuring the amount of calcium in the walls of the arteries supplying the heart. It involved having an MRI of his upper body. He was told that the result was 0, which they do not see all that often, and they said, just keep doing what you are doing as it seems to be working. In conclusion, we have become healthier in Australia. The climate is a lot easier on us, and I don't get my regular winter chest infections, and Lewis doesn't need his inhalers anymore. The changes we have made to our lifestyle worked for us, but it may not be for everyone. We really enjoy making these videos and hope you like them too. We would be grateful if you subscribe to our channel. Thank you for watching Lewis and Bonnie's Australia.